shall we? Hey guys, have you ever thought, you know what, next Monday I'm gonna go start at the gym? Or have you run upstairs and felt, ooh, that was exhausting?
Do you think we spend too much time in front of the computer and we should move more often? Do you think it's a high time to make the change?
So, welcome to Complete Formula. It's Lucky.
And Vera here.
Every week we spill out useful tips, tricks and hacks so that you could live a healthy lifestyle and feel the way you always wanted to. So if you haven't already, click that subscribe button, and if you're extremely interested, click that bell icon so that you can follow this journey.
If you haven't visited our Instagram page already, I kindly invite you to do so to see snippets of workout routines, healthy recipes, and many other inspirational and motivational posts. Check it out, follow us to build a community of happy and healthy people.
So in this video, we're going to cover what are the benefits of being active, what are the challenges of understanding how to be active, and also the connection between the other two complementary elements of this formula, mind and food. So strap on and stay tuned.
Okay, before we dive right into the meat, let me explain it for you what actually we mean by saying a gym. At a very high level, it's about how to become active, how to remain active, how to overcome insecurities when you go to the gym for the first time, how to choose proper exercises, how to combat mental blocks to actually start the activity, or how to choose exercises to overcome a particular conditions, and also how to target your exercises to make particular parts of your body grow, if you know what I mean. Also, we'll share with you many tutorials, how to squat, how to deadlift, and we'll show you actually the home workouts because you don't have to buy a very pricey membership. So that's a lot of videos to come. We'll do our best to stay up to date with the current research and actually show you and share with you everything which works best for us and what we found valuable and very useful. If you want us to cover anything particular you will be interested in, please comment below.
In a world where we are very aware and we are very much in the know of how important activity and exercise is, yet we completely ignore it and neglect it. That may be because of an array of excuses. That might be because you don't know where to start. Like Vera mentioned, you might be slightly insecure to get to the gym. Or, you know what, you're in this grind, you're trying to make that ends meet, but the excuses keep going on.
So let us take next 10 minutes to shed more light why the physical activity is so crucial, which will enable us to lay the mental foundation to get you challenging this, how and why we are built in certain way, how we benefit from physical activity, and last but not least, how does this complement the rest of the formula?
What is this certain way that we're built in? It takes us to the basics of anatomy. We have muscles that give us form, we have bones that give us structure. Combined together, we're able to move. What if we don't move and if we're not active on a daily basis? Do we actually use the way or are we moving, or are we actually functioning the way we're supposed to? Well, we don't think so. It's like having a car and not maintaining it and letting it rust in a garage forever. Basically, we're made in a way to function and move. Well, if we don't do that, the human body is made out of a bunch of organs, cells, and electronic impulses which are impacted with the level of activity we have on a daily basis. It's not necessarily the same level of importance that we put in activity as our ancestors did from a survival perspective, but it still plays a very and a key part of our mental and physical development, maintenance of our health and activity.
Let me surprise you a little bit. It's not just the athletes who are expected to exercise. We are too, but not to the same extent. Human beings are designed to move and be mobile, not sit in front of the desk all the time. We have 4 limbs, joints and muscles. If not, we could simply be a ball of jelly.
Our ancestors actually had to move around to get stuff done, from getting food to building shelter to actually getting whatever you needed. You had to work for it and move for it. However, now we're confined to a space or a desk and a chair, and then we also have the additional comfort of whipping out our phone and just ordering anything that would be delivered within the next 30 minutes to maybe worst case scenario 2 days time. What do as this community or the environment changes? We tend to abuse it. We abuse it so much that we almost get to the point that we even hate activity. Isn't that sad?
Exactly. Have you ever heard someone saying, oh, I hate going to the gym, I hate any sort of physical activity,
I have.
or I'm allergic to sweating? Funny, but to be honest with you, these are autoimmune, self-inflicted pains as a result of abusing first world comforts. This then tends to make us very moody, unhealthy, unhappy, lethargic, and actually driving us to bed. Shouldn't we be more conscious about this?
I think we should. So, all of you hear and believe that exercise is very important. And if something comes to your mind, start commenting below and let's start a conversation. These benefits range from managing stress, looking good, feeling healthy, sleeping better. Hey, it continues to go on. Exercise has 3 main benefits, which are physiological, psychological, and social. These pretty much cover every single element of a human being. So if it is so important, let's dig a little bit deeper and understand a little bit more about these benefits. The body is supposed and expected to work in a balanced composition. So what is this balance that we're talking about? It's the answers to the questions such as, do I feel comfortable with my weight? Do I wake up and feel refreshed and energized? Do I fall asleep easily? Simply, do I even feel like moving today? These are questions that you and we can ask ourselves just so that we get a sense how active we are or how not active we are. You can do all sorts of things to define that you're not active, but I think that's quite simple, right? If you're not active, you probably would know it.
Being active has a unique way of impacting our life. Exercises in long time period leads to, first of all, longevity, balancing our immune system, decreasing inflammation in our body, and increasing the density of our bones. It also impacts ability to breathe better, because the heart, as any other muscle, requires exercise, and also it impacts removal of fat around this.
Funny enough, it also acts as a defense or a prevention mechanism. The level of activity that you introduce to your body can actually be a mode that you defend against all sorts of autoimmune responses to your common cold. Have you kind of ever heard the phrase, let me sweat my cold out? I think that actually works. The other extreme of it is recorded instances where people have had broken bones, but because of the level of maturity of their muscles, because they've been active throughout their lives, their muscles have held them together, including the spinal cord. The level of activity which introduces and grows and makes your bones and muscles stronger could be the simple saving grace that you might want one day after you've had an unexpected accident.
Physical activity also assists us to uplift our concentration and mood as a result of dopamine and endorphins being released, aka happiness and feel-good hormone. It also helps us control and manage level of cortisol, which is a stress hormone, which helps us balance our body and actually reduce the amount of stress we have every day. And my favorite part is that physical activity helps us put us to bed very seamlessly. It brings natural level of tiredness and assists us in making our mind free from very busy day at work.
I think I personally use that as a stress buster majority of the time, because we both do a stressful job.
And actually to have some time for ourselves.
Yep. And the last but not least, kind of the reason that maybe you've done it, or I've certainly done it on previous instances, it's self-image. It's the confidence booster that we're looking at. Could I go down to a pool party and take my shirt off and be comfortable? Could I walk up to that girl in the gym or in the bar and have the confidence to ask her out? It might sound funny, but it actually defines a large part of our self-image and self-confidence, which allows us to be the person you are. That kind of wraps up these like high-level benefits of physiological, psychological, and social. So now, just like with food, there's a large level of complications in the industry, in the environment, about what is activity, what's the best activity for me, how could I get involved in activity. So let's talk a little bit about the complications and the challenges associated with introducing activity to your daily lifestyle.
We used to be hunt-gatherers, but we evolved to be confined to our desk and our smartphones. That is why we always pick extremes. When thinking about exercising or working out or starting the journey, we think about very expensive membership and sweating and pouring actually sweat at the gym. Let's pick a few of these challenges to give you a more context. So let's start from the first one, which is, by the way, very common. It's lack of time. Have you ever said that before, that you don't exercise because you don't have time? I guess yes, because I did it a lot of time. Yep. Every time when we want to start the journey, we think, okay, so from the Monday I will start gymming 5 days in a week, heavy weightlifting training for 2 hours. But wait, hey, like it doesn't have to be like that. Like you planning your gym journey as an athlete who's preparing himself to compete in a, fitness competition. Yeah. It's not very sensible, don't you think? So let's maybe introduce activity on daily basis. Maybe instead of taking a lift, walk down the stairs.
The simple things, right?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe get off the bus and just walk the remaining 1 kilometer when you're commuting to work. It's simply as that. Even pick twice a week and exercise. It's even better than like 0, right? Like 0 days, 2 days. It's amazing.
The second challenge, actually, the information overload. This is common in the problem of defining and making food choices. We've covered that in the previous video. There's so much information out there, ranging from all different sorts of exercise types. So 10-week muscle building programs, 15-minute ab burnout workout programs. So it naturally, the human response to all of this information overload is, oh, you know what? This is way too much. I don't know how to sift through this. Do you know what? I'm not going to do it. People blame themselves for it, but that's just natural way of approaching things. That's our natural human response. And the funny thing is, it doesn't have to be that complicated to understand activity. But just like you mentioned, if you're sitting at the desk for 8 hours a day, maybe you put up a reminder in your Outlook calendar every hour so that you have to get up and go and grab a glass of water. It doesn't have to be about information and the next best workout program that you have to pay to buy and download and then write notes at the gym.
You can simply start from walking or walking your dog.
So if you don't have a dog, just get a dog is what we're trying to say.
You can walk yourself. And another complication or challenge we would like to mention is setting a very short-term goals. This is also very common. Like usually we think, okay, I have 30 days to my wedding, I have 30 days for, bikini beach party, whatever, I will get shredded, I will be like super cool. No, it doesn't work like that. The same as with diet. There is no point of doing something beneficial for your health temporarily. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah. And then bouncing back probably to the same routine of not exercising. Because every time when you try to do something for a long term, it will be actually less problematic and very effortless and seamless for you to introduce on a daily basis.
So these are some basic complications that we see on a daily basis. So these complications, funny enough, skew and restrict us from making that first basic step. Our personal suggestion is, if you're completely inactive, wake up 5 minutes earlier than you would usually wake up. Sit down and do a breathing exercise. Given that now we've covered the way we're built, some of the obvious and the not obvious benefits, and the challenges associated with introducing activity.
So you may ask, what's the connection? What's all the fuss about it? So let me quickly explain and actually paint a little picture for you how it all ties up. Imagine that you're working out on daily basis and you literally commit yourself to exercise daily. You are not very prepared from the nutrition point of view, let's say, so your diet is not balanced, it's not moderated, or it's not enough for the amount of exercises you do every day. So you have probably some digestion problems, which affect on your mental health. So the level of stress and your anxiousness actually is very high. So you quickly end up very burnout, and actually you don't want to exercise anymore because actually we reverse the benefits of the exercises.
You put more pressure without the right foundation, and then it kind of goes back and it's a vicious circle, so you end up not doing anything again.
Another thing is to understand what actually is the stress for our body. It's not only that I'm having an exam and I feel a bit stressed. Not having enough amount of nutrients is also very stressful for our body, especially when you're actually doing a manual work every day at the gym.
So these three things work in harmony, so each and individual component requires the same level of attention if you are actually expected to live that healthy lifestyle. Take a moment, digest all of this, and we know this is a lot of information. You're not expected, and we are not expected to take all of this and turn a switch on and be this active, mindful, nutrient-dense person tomorrow. This is a journey, and thus why we define it as join a journey.
Remember, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Remember, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
That's it for this video, and if you haven't checked it out already, we've also done separate videos about what the complete formula is and what the other two components or the other two elements of this complete formula are.
And another week, we plan to upload a video on maybe 10, maybe more, things to stop doing as the start of the journey. So please comment below what's your thing to stop doing right now. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. It was an absolute pleasure. We hope that this video helped you gain some more insight on actually healthy lifestyle. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up because it really supports our takeoff in the journey. And of course, if you have anyone who might benefit from this content on this video and on our channel, please share it with them.
Thank you very much again. We'll see you in the next video.